This challenge displays the range of color shades. First, I'll look at using the pen to draw on a stage. At an earlier challenge, I drew lines on the stage as the cat moved around. Instead of lines, this time I want to make dots of color. I can make a dot by putting the pen down, then bringing the pen back up before I move the cat sprite. I'll go to Pen and get Pen Down and Pen Up. I can click on them to run them. If I move the cat, there's no dot. The pen size is too fine. I need a bigger pen size. I'll get Set Pen Size. Set it to 2. Run it. Now the pen size is 2. I'll make a dot. Move the cat. It's hard to see, but there's a little dot there. I'll make the dot larger. I'll set the pen size to 10. Run it. Draw a dot. Move the cat out of the way. I have a blue dot now. I want to make the cat smaller, but not the dots. I'll go to Looks and set size to 25%. Change 100 to 25. I'll run them. Now the cat's smaller. I can change the color of the dots that I draw with Set Pen Color and Change Pen Color. I'll go to Pen. I'll get Set Pen Color. I can set the pen color to 0. I'll click on it. I'll draw a dot. I'll move the cat. I got a red dot. I can go to Block Help and find out how high the range is. I'll scroll down. The color range goes from 0 to 200. Different numbers are different colors. 70 is green, 130 is blue, 170 is magenta. I'll close this and make a few more dots. I'll try 50. Change the pen color. Draw the dot. And move the cat. I'll try 100. Change the pen color. Draw the dot. Move the cat. Change the pen color to 150. Set it. Draw the dot. Move the cat. One more time, so I get the full range to 200. Set the pen color. Draw the dot. Move the cat. Back to red. I can make a loop to draw the dots in a row. In the loop, I want pen up and pen down, and I want to change the pen color. I'll get Change Pen Color. I can change it by 10. Go to Control to get a loop, get a repeat. I want to display the colors 0 through 200 in increments of 10. Should the loop run 20 times? 200 divided by 10 is 20. Notice that earlier I made 5 dots when going from 0 to 200 by increments of 50. Even though 200 divided by 50 is 4, not 5. 4 dots would have gotten me only up to the dark blue, not to the red. If I would use a repeat of 20, I would have an off by 1 error, also known as a fence post error. I'll go to my diagram to explain. The off by 1 error, or fence post error, is a classic error in computer programming. Here's an example. How many fence posts are needed for a 100-foot long fence with 10-foot sections? There are 10 sections, but how many posts are needed? I've numbered the posts 1 up through 11. An extra fence post is needed, so 11 fence posts are needed, not 10. This is a classic programming error with loops. Always be mindful of this for every loop you make and test your program carefully. I'll go back to Scratch now and set repeat for 21 times, not 20 times. I need to start with a pen color of 0. Move the loop down. Change 200 to 0. When I run this block of code, it'll set pen color to 0, and 21 times it'll draw a dot and change the pen color by 10. I need to move the cat, so I'll go to Motion, get Move 10 steps. I'll run it with the green flag, Events, green flag. I'll click on the green flag to run it, and I've got a rainbow of color. I can make the dots larger. I'll set the pen size to 15, add it under the green flag, and I'll move by 15 steps so the dots aren't on top of each other. I'll move the cat to a new row area, and I'll run. Now I have a bigger rainbow. I see the range of available colors. Now I want to see the shades of the colors. I can change the shade of the current color to be drawn with Set Pen Shade and Change Pen Shade. I'll go to Pen, and I'll look at Help on Set Pen Shade. The shade has a range from 0 to 100, with 0 being near black and 100 being near white. I'll get this out of the way and copy the loop, duplicate. Instead of Change Pen Color, I want to use Change Pen Shade. I'll get rid of that. Change Pen Shade. The range only goes to 100. I'll change the shade by 5. I'll need to start with a pen shade of 0. Change 50 to 0. I'll move the cat to a new row. And the block is ready to run. I'll click on the block. And I get the range of shades for red. I want the colors to change across the stage from left to right, and the shades to change down the stage from top to bottom for each color. All of this will cover up most of the stage, so I'll clear the stage now. I'll get Clear and run it, and the stage is cleared. I'll move the cat around the upper left to make room for all the rows and columns it'll draw. I want the loop that draws different pen shades to draw down the stage, not across the stage. With the cat pointing to the right, moving 15 steps will always go to the right. But trying to point the cat around in different directions to move is going to be very cumbersome. I'll get rid of the move, go to Motion, and I'll change Y. If I change the Y by -15, that will move down the stage 15 steps. Y gets smaller as it goes down the stage and larger as it goes up the stage. I'll run the loop now, and my shades go down the stage now. That's working nicely. I'll clear it, move the cat back up. To draw the shades for each of the colors down the stage, I'll always want to start from the same height along the top of the stage. For now I'll set the Y, but I'll make the program a little smarter later. I'll get Set Y, add it to the top of the loop, and I'll set Y to 156, which is the cat's current location as it's shown over here. And now I can use this as an inner loop. The X value, which goes left to right, can be anywhere on the stage, but this will always start up at 156 and draw 21 shades down the stage. With the inner loop drawing the shades, I need the outer loop to change the pen color. I'll get Change Pen Color and the Move 15 steps. The Move 15 steps will move the cat to the right. I've already got Pen Down and Pen Up, but I will need the repeat. I can attach this with the initialization code, and it'll be good to add Clear into this. Always start with a clear stage. When this program runs, it'll clear the screen, set the pen size to 15, set the size of the cat to 25%, start with a pen color of 0, and then for 21 times, it'll perform the commands inside. It'll start at the top, set the pen shade to 0, then for 21 times, it'll draw the dot, change the pen shade, and move down the stage a little bit. After drawing the 21 dots, it'll change the color by 10 and move to the right. All this will be run 21 times, and each time it is, it'll set the Y back to 156 to start, so each of the columns will be starting at 156. The program's ready to run. I'll click on the green flag, and I get the different colors and shades. This takes a little bit of time. Getting close to done. Scratch seems to be a little slow, at least on my PC. It's finished, and now for all of the colors across, I can see the variety of shades for each color, going from darker to lighter, with left to right, going through the rainbow and a little more. Earlier I mentioned a little problem about using set Y to 156. The set Y assumes the cat is at 156 when the program starts. I'll make the program a little smarter. I can save the cat's Y position when the program starts and use the save value each time instead of assuming the cat started at 156. I'll go to Data, make a variable, my Y. I'll make it for this sprite only. OK. Now I'll save the Y position when the program starts. I'll go to Motion, scroll down, get Y position, set my Y to Y position. Instead of using 156, I'll go back to Data, use my Y. I don't want my Y spoiling the display. I'll uncheck it, move the cat up to the top, and I'll run the program. Now it's drawing all the shades again, starting from the position that I left the cat at. Going through the blues, almost finished. A bit slow, but getting there, and done. I'm finished with this challenge now. I want to encourage you to work with this example: colors, shades, double loops, and fence post errors. Be sure you understand and recognize fence post errors. They're not a problem with Scratch. They're a problem in programming that you'll see again and again, regardless of the language that you use. Try changing the program to display 26 colors across the stage from 0 to 200 instead of 21 colors across the stage. Or try changing the program so the colors change down the stage and the shades change across the stage. But above all, have fun with the challenge.